Hi, my name is Amy D. Philippus. I'm going to demonstrate an English language learning strategy of graphic organizers. They can be used in various ways in just about any lesson and any subject. Graphic organizers can be used for the entire class, not just your English language learners. Um, but the English language learners students, they um, they have a visual and they can see the written text and understand the concept a little bit more of what the lesson is actually about. They can do this individually, or they can do this as a group, or like I said, you can use it as a whole class. But if you do have a pre-emergent student, you might want to pair them up with a student who's proficient in English. This way, they can understand a little bit more. Um, there's different types of graphic organizers throughout your teaching practice. You can use all of them at different times for different subjects. Some examples are you have the sequence organizer, which is more of a timeline or like what came first, second, or third in a story. You can compare or contrast organizers. That's with the Venn diagrams with the circles and the T-charts. You can kind of use that in social studies to compare presidents and what their ideas were or what they did. There's concept development organizers like a mind map or a word web. Your students can use that to have the vocabulary word for their meanings, or to brainstorm about a story that they're going to write. Um, there's also evaluation organizers, which include more of like they include more scaling. So it's going to be like a disagree or an agree or like a 1 to 10. There's classifying organizers, which includes the pyramids and the matrix. We saw the matrix in the coming quadrants, um, the, the, um, the different quadrants that would be a matrix. I'm going to show you a tree, how to do that. I would use this, or I am using this in my lesson plan for third grade. It's on for life science, and I personally would use this as a my direct instruction because it would be the class as a whole. I wouldn't want them working on this individually yet. Um, but the topic would be animals, and we're going to classify the animals um, on their characteristics, like their natural characteristics. Um, but first, you would start with, right here, you would start with animals. Animals would be the first, would be the major topic, and then you would break them off into, um, you break it off into mammals and reptiles. I don't know if you can see that. Mammals and reptiles. Um, my real lesson, I would branch it off more into fish and amphibians and vertebrates and invertebrates. But for right now, I just wanted to do it nice and simple, mammals and reptiles. And then you would add on to it. You would add on one of the characteristics would be hair. Another characteristic would of mammals that would be they would have live young, and another characteristic would be that they're warm-blooded. And then you would go over to the reptiles, and you see that they have scales, and that they lay eggs, and that they're cold-blooded. Um, that's just the short little synopsis of it, but you can go further into it. You can say how much hair do they have? Do they have it all over their body? Just a little bit? Live young? How many do they normally have? Warm-blooded? How do they sustain their energy? Reptiles, the scales, you can break it down to scaly. I mean, they can have horns, or the scales are smooth. They can lay eggs. Where would they lay eggs? Or how many eggs they would lay? And the cold-blooded, how would they keep their energy up? So you can just break it down more and more depending on what age level and what grade, not what age level, what grade level you're going for, or what specific ideas you want them to break it down into. That's the tree diagram. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.